the President of the Chamber of Deputies, the lower chamber of the Parliament, the Italian Parliament, is Her Excellency Laura Boldrini, and the Minister of Culture of Italy, the Honorable Minister Dario Franceschini, from the General Parrulli of the Carabinieri. You know that the Italian Carabinieri have very important expertise in this.
Numerous appeals for the preservation of cultural heritage in areas of international crisis have prompted the Italian government to become a promoter of the Unite4Heritage team, starting with the proposal of Minister Franceschini in the International Conference of Ministers of Culture held on the occasion of Expo 2015 and involving more than 80 countries in a statement condemning the violence against the world's cultural heritage. There was drawn up a project for the founding of the Unite4Heritage team, presented in international forums as a model to be adopted in different countries. Act for the protection of the world cultural heritage.
Organizations, allow me to thank also, in particular, our Speaker of the Chamber of Deputies, Laura Boldrini, who I'd like to thank for her presence here, and not only for her institutional role today, but for her previous life, her political.
Thank you, Sebastiano, Minister Dario Franceschini, Madam President of the Chamber of Heritage, destruction of historical sites by armed groups, by terrorist organizations. One example,
to pay a tribute on behalf of UNESCO to Italy, a tribute which is not only on behalf of UNESCO, but also a personal tribute. As I mentioned, I was personally in
the House and Minister Franceschini for the opportunity to present the work of the Carabinieri TPC, and particularly the Italian Task Force Unite4Heritage. And I'd like to thank the Undersecretary General Lacroix for her of the personnel of the we have recently recovered after the earthquake that struck Ischia in the
event. We see it very much as a follow-up to the joint event which we held in Ministerial Week.
Going here, and the French and the Italians for doing all this work.
Forms of diversity. We have recently witnessed an unprecedented cultural cleansing which targets mainly ideological.
Minister of Culture, and we also acknowledge the important work of UNESCO and the partnership.
And the World Heritage, and the increased in scale and frequency destruction of cultural heritage renders the need of a collective response even more compelling.
A couple of years ago, they helped save them. Second point, you will see a picture of Nineveh. I make a short commercial. Tomorrow in the Netherlands, we'll open an exhibition on Iraq heritage threatened by terrorists.
But let me highlight there's one, there are actually two issues which are still problematic when we talk about the artifacts and destroyed or looted. In some countries there are still problems.
France and Italy have always stood united in their pursuit of that goal. Minister did want to be here this morning, but he's chairing the...
Along with our friends in universities to make sure that the information is as accurate as possible coming from the museum community. Thirdly,
the international community asked the United Nations and UNESCO to continue assisting us in protecting these tourist sites. As we're
Antonio Gutierrez, but I'm happy to be here. And so I wish to thank Minister Franceschini, who gave me the possibility to speak at this initiative. I wish to thank him and to thank UNESCO for the campaign that it is carrying on, so important to Unite4Heritage, an intelligent campaign that is filling in a gap. All of humanity. I hope that other member states will follow, because if we do not protect our culture, we risk losing ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam President, and this is the conclusion.